where I was training for the Olympics at. And me and her developed a big sister and little sister relationship.
Laila kind of big.
And now I wonder if it was even genuine because she gave me bad advice.
What? She gave me bad advice. I gotta hear that.
She told me to stay amateur and win as many Olympic gold medals as I can because there was no TV exposure and no money for women's boxing in the professionals.
When she asked for advice, I gave her valuable branding advice.
And my camera is covering it, but it says lying again.
Advice and boxing advice so she could have long-term success in and outside of the.
But how's Claressa saying she gave bad advice by staying an amateur, but you stayed an amateur because you won 2 gold medals? So that's at least 8 years because the Olympics are only once every 4 years. 4 times 2 is 8. So I don't see how you're blaming this on Laila.
Spar.
Now, you know that was a flat out lie. We know that if that were true, she would have said it years ago when it first was mentioned that she wouldn't spar me.
What is this?
Laila Ali went on a celebratory tour laughing and celebrating the fact that Ronda Rousey had lost.
And they caught Laila Ali, knew that their names were linked at the time, or knew Laila Ali had said that Ronda Rousey can't beat me. And I mean, for real, let's be real. You said that Ronda Rousey losing caused Laila Ali to take a dump on her, but then Gervonta Davis got a draw with Lamont Roach and had the knee stuff, and you have a pre-existing beef with Tank, and you're like, man, Tank is a scary dude. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live, Boxing Ego Unpack. Yeah. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. Coming to you live. We unpacked. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, a few people sent me this. Claressa Shields has apparently responded back to Laila Ali, the beef, the drama, and people wanted me to react to it, give my transformative thoughts on the back and forth. Now, I want to set the record straight. In case you're new to the channel, my name is Ego. I've been covering boxing over 15, 18 years or whatever. And we did the reaction to Laila Ali's video against Claressa. So I'm going to do the same thing now that Claressa has responded. But in case you're new to my channel, I'm going to keep it real. I don't pull no punches, and I'm going to react. Now, you guys sent me the video. I haven't pre-watched it, so I don't know exactly what is being said. So it's going to be my honest take, my honest reaction. And finally, this ain't about me, because when I react, people say I'm playing favorites and picking sides. Leave me out of it. This is 2 females and their beef, and it don't have nothing to do with me. I respect Laila. I respect Claressa. This is their beef. But on my channel, you know I keep it real. So without further ado, we got to get it cracking. And I'm just going to keep it real on what I hear. Boom. So Claressa Shields versus Laila Ali, take 2.
Laila Ali has been losing the fight against me for a very long time. And we all know when you start losing the fight, you go below the belt.
I don't like that off rip. Like, Claressa came in off the bat. Now, again, it's not my video. I'm just keeping it real. But Claressa came in off the bat saying she lost the battle. Like, that don't work for me. I come from hip hop and battle rap. Like, the streets decide if Jay-Z or Nas won the battle or lost the battle. Like, Nas, like, if you listen to any diss track in hip hop, they don't really, in the first disses, like, proclaim victory already. It's kind of for the community or the public to state that. They just get to the dissing. So the fact that Claressa kind of started, Laila's been losing for a while. That's kind of like persuasive in nature. You know what I mean? The streets decide if Kendrick Lamar or Drake won, and we know the streets pick K-Dot. But that's just a little something. Let's keep it going.
I really did not want to have to respond to this video because I am not into tearing another black woman down.
I don't like when people do that. Hold on. I'm just being real. I don't like when people do that either. I don't want to have to do this or y'all make me do this because realistically, you don't have to do it. If you didn't want to do it, you don't have to do it. That's just my honest opinion. Like, people always say that, like, oh, I didn't want to have to do this, but then they did it. Just my thoughts.
This is just another example of the older hating on the youth. So now I want to come and set the record straight on what really happened, how our beef started, and how we got here today. So let's...
Now, again, this is my initial reaction. Claressa Shields, she kind of lost points. I'm going to treat this like a hip hop battle. And I'm telling you the do's and don'ts or whatever. Already, we're not even a minute in, Claressa already lost a couple points, right? At least to me. Here's why. For one, you keep punching in. Like, I do filmmaking, I do directing, editing, I got y'all. So I can tell you keep doing these jump cuts. So that means you're saying like a few words, cut, saying a few words, cross dissolve. Like Laila Ali's video was like, there were large chunks of like talking. I don't know if she had a teleprompter. I don't know how they're doing their videos, but Laila's was cohesive and there weren't as many breaks. I'm literally 30 seconds in and I've seen like, I mean, I can count because we're not that far into it. I've seen a bunch of cuts. Let's count them.
Laila Ali has been losing the fight against me for a very long time. And we all know when you start losing the fight, you go below the belt. I really did not want to have to respond to this video because I am not into tearing another black woman down. This is just another example of the older hating on the youth. So now I want to come and set the record straight on what really happened, how our beef started, and how we got here today. So let's take it back to the beginning. 16-year-old Claressa Shields.
So in the first 30 seconds, you're saying like one sentence, cut. One sentence, cut. I don't want to tear down the black person, cut. I don't want to blah, 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 black woman, cut. In the first 30 seconds, you've already cut 4 times. So it's like, get a teleprompter or like memorize your lines or whatever. Just a little, I mean, I do this. I'm an editor. And to be honest, I'm a public speaker. Y'all know me. I'm online. I do this. This video, I don't have to have a bunch of cuts. I know how to speak. I know how to MC the crowd. And I don't have to edit, which you'll see throughout this video. But let's keep it going. So there's a little pet peeve. 2, Claressa Shields, the other reason why, to me, so far, she already kind of lost some points is because your whole setup looks like a bite off of what Laila Ali did in her video versus you. And, you know, some people are going to be like, oh, man, ego. You're hating. Oh, ego. Bro, I just did the Laila Ali one. I literally just did it. And I watched all of it. I know what was said. You have the same type of setup in your video, like literally verbatim. So you lose creative points just off of that. Just off the fact that your whole like MO looks exactly the same as Laila's. So I pulled it up for you guys. right? So Laila did a standing video where she just standing up and she addressed it and started showing receipts and bringing up old videos. Definitely less cuts than hers. And then look at Claressa, standing video. It looked very similar. It's just two different subjects, two different people. Like even the framing, look from Claressa's waist and up, and then from Laila Ali's waist and up. So you even have the same exact framing. And so I'm just saying, I'm treating this like a battle rap. So in a video where you're talking about, it says, Claressa exposes lies about beef with receipts when jealousy and envy meets greatness. So you're trying to prove she's jealous of you and envious of you, but you copied her whole kind of format. Don't blame me, blame my mom. I'm being real. Let's keep going.
From Flint, Michigan, fighting her way to the Olympics to represent her country. Now, for those who don't know, around this time, I was relatively unknown. I was a diamond in the rough. Mary Spencer was 3-time world champion. She is from Canada. Me and Mary Spencer met up at the Continental Championship.
What does this have to do with Laila Ali? I hope it gets punchier.
Championships to face off. And oh, did I put a whooping on Mary Spencer. For those who don't know, the World Championships and the amateurs come around every 2 years, where all the countries in the world meet at the World Championships, and you have to fight 5 to 6 days back to back to become world champion and hold a gold medal. Mary Spencer did that 6 years in a row. I, relatively unknown, at the age of 16, beat Mary Spencer on the point system, 17 points to 34. After that, interviews flooded in from all over.
And one of them is boxer Claressa Shields.
Now, I hope she connects the dots, because if you're expressing the Laila Ali beef or whatnot, so far, I don't really see how any of that, who you beat in the amateurs, got anything to do with Laila. But, we'll give her day in trial. And for copyright reasons, I gotta censor some of this.
She just finished her junior year at Flint Northwestern, and while her classmates enjoy summer vacation, she'll be competing in the world's biggest stage.
She has to be one of the potential feel-good stories of the London Games.
American Claressa Shields has the potential to stand out from the crowd. At the age of 17, she was the youngest boxer to try out for the national team, and Shields hopes to qualify for the...
Hey, I'm about to fast forward a little bit, because what does this have to do with anything? Like, it's just them praising you for being a young, great fighter. So I'm not playing. No, we're not going to do that. I'm trying. Listen. So right off rip, your boy Ego got to tell you right off rip, Claressa Shields, her diss is already, like, I don't want to say falling apart, but we're 2 minutes in and you ain't got to the sauce. I'm trying to hear the sauce. Like, what is some British dude telling that you were beastie at 17? What does that got to do with Laila Ali?
I always have the highest hopes for myself.
So she was not the first person to interview me. Me beating Mary.
She did all that to say she wasn't the first person to interview me? Huh? Hey, yo. Come on, Guo. Hey, yo. You played that whole clip. This is supposed to be a video with receipts. You played that whole clip to say she wasn't the first person that interviewed you. First of all, I did the Laila Ali video. I don't even remember her saying she was the first person to interview you ever. I never heard her make that claim anyway. So see, that it's not looking good when you're defending stuff that, unless you guys can give me a timestamp, I never even heard her say that. If anything, she might have said that she was one of the people, she had a talk show and she gave you an early opportunity. And to be frank, Laila Ali interviewing you, given who her father is, given her being, especially at the time, one of the biggest female fighters of all time, and still to this day, her interviewing you means more than a random news broadcast. So that first receipt, no, that wasn't brolic.
Spencer put everybody on notice. The young black girl from Flint was coming. Speaking of all the interviews that I did, Laila Ali came to the Olympic Training Center where I was training for the Olympics at, and me and her developed a big sister and little sister relationship.
Laila kind of big.
And now I wonder if it was even genuine because she gave me bad advice.
What? She gave me bad advice? I gotta hear that.
She told me to stay amateur and win as many Olympic gold medals as I can because there was no TV exposure and no money for women's boxing in the professionals.
When she asked for advice, I gave her valuable branding advice.
And my camera is covering it, but it says lying again.
And boxing advice so she could have long-term success in and outside of the.
But how's Claressa saying she gave bad advice by staying an amateur, but you stayed an amateur because you won 2 gold medals? So that's at least 8 years because the Olympics are only once every 4 years. 4 times 2 is 8. So I don't see how you're blaming this on Laila. Kind of weird so far.
Ring. I told her she should hire a nutritionist, trim off that excess body fat.
That was nothing but her trying to body shame me and discredit me for winning world championships at weight classes in 5 different weight classes, which is 154, 160, 168, 175, and 175 plus. I went against her advice, and I was the first woman to make $1 million in women's boxing.
Oh my gosh. I'm being so fair, so unbiased, and so excellent right now. I'm already lost. You're talking about body shaming. This is kind of all over the place. Let's just be real. A bunch of cuts all over the place. When Laila Ali did hers and she said, I'm showing receipts, she made a point, showed it, and got back to it. You're kind of all over the place. You're talking about I fought Mary Spencer and this was her record. You're saying that she body shaming you. You said she gave you bad advice. But even like I just said, how did she give you bad advice? You said she gave you bad advice and told you there's no money in the TVs right now for women. Stay an amateur. But you stayed an amateur. That's how you got 2 gold medals. So I'm not seeing the connecting of the dots. Let's keep going.
Before this interview on The Breakfast Club with Laila Ali, me and her were very friendly. This is what ignited the entire beef.
You got Claressa Shields now, who's an Olympic champion. Mm-hmm. She went to the Olympics, won twice. And women's boxing wasn't in the Olympics when I fought. She actually fights at the weight class I fought in. Mm-hmm. And she's doing great. I mean, it's still not what I would have wanted. I would have wanted more because I have a big picture. So it was great.
Would you ever get back in the ring just for fun, shits and giggles?
Money right, Laila there and night. I don't think there's anyone there for me right now that would actually give me a good challenge.
She claims that I took this out of context. And one thing I will say, she wasn't just saying that I wasn't good enough to inspire her and to give her a challenge. She was saying that all the women who were currently boxing could not give her a challenge. The problem is that I am the only one that says something. Now, coincidentally, I'm not the first woman athlete that she's done this to. Let's rewind again and take it back to when Ronda Rousey was the queen of combat sports.
Are you a fan of Ronda Rousey?
I wouldn't say that.
Before it was me, Ronda Rousey was the queen of combat sports. I mean, this girl was armbarring girls in less than 30 seconds. She was viral. She was making hundreds of millions of dollars in her field. When she was on top of her game dominating, Laila Ali became jealous. And instead of her embracing Ronda Rousey, she started during interviews telling everyone how she would beat Ronda Rousey in a fight because she was too small and the size of her daughter. Play the clip.
Do you think Ronda Rousey, would you be able to take Ronda Rousey?
And no woman can beat me, period. No woman, period.
Not even Ronda?
Of course not. She's too much smaller than me anyway. She's like the size of my daughter, my 3-year-old.
Laila Ali had been retired for years.
Hold on. Hey, yo.
And still.
Hey, who approved this? Hey, yo, who approved this? Okay. I was just talking about how this video kind of lacks cohesion and it's not really flowing for me. I told you it's not really like Laila Ali focused. Like there's some clips from Laila Ali, but it's like, huh? You like this? this is how she's a bad person and what ignited the beef on the Breakfast Club. The first words from the Breakfast Club in the clip you played, it says, oh yeah, Clarissa's doing her thing. So that don't really, I'm not feeling it. Then on top of that, Claressa says, man, Ronda Rousey, before I came, she was on top of the sport and Laila was hating on her. And then they played the clip from TMZ. Laila said, ain't no female can beat me. So that means Ronda Rousey and no one else. You're a fighter. You're supposed to be like confident in yourself. So how are you going to bash Laila Ali for being confident that no female can beat? She didn't say, she was like, Ronda Rousey's too small. She too little. She's the size of my 3-year-old. She did say that. But she also said no female can beat me. So that right there implies that she don't feel like nobody is comp. Nobody is taking her out. So why are we focusing on Ronda Rousey? 2. Number 2. How is Claressa showing receipts, or she's going to chastise Laila Ali for having this like bravado or like hating on Ronda Rousey, she said, by saying that no one could beat her? Claressa says that. If you listen to Claressa, she says, this girl's no match for me. I can move up and down and weight. These girls can't beat me. To the point where Claressa says she want to fight a man. She want to fight a man like Keith one-time Thurman. So I'm totally lost with the points that you're maybe it's the articulation of it or whatever. You want to fight a man, you said. You want to fight, you better not duck me, Thun. You better not, I'm coming. You want to fight Keith one-time Thurman, and you also say no one can beat you. So why is it a problem when Laila Ali is like, these chicks ain't on my level, including Ronda Rousey? And to be honest, I just seen a clip of Laila Ali. They just showed it next to Claressa, and she looked significantly taller than Claressa. Ronda Rousey would get beat up by Laila Ali. She is too little. Like, bro, Laila looked like this next to Claressa. Ronda Rousey, I don't think she as big as Claressa in terms of height and like muscle and musculature, right? So I don't really disagree with her. Ronda Rousey, I seen a video of Ronda Rousey shadow boxing. She was like, bro, it looks so goofy. I know you guys can find it. There's a clip of her shadow boxing and the technique and the way she was throwing. Bro, her punches look so silly. So yeah. So far, you're not making a great case, because I too think Laila would beat the brakes off of Ronda Rousey. She couldn't stand there with non-boxers. Holly Holm used to box, I'll give her that. But Amanda Nunes, she's a good UFC striker, but not a boxer. Hey, yo.
Still entertain conversations about coming out of retirement and fighting Ronda Rousey. Laila Ali was bluffing. She was bluffing then, and she's bluffing now. This is what she does. She ties her name to whatever combat sports woman is popping, and she said that she'll beat them in a fight. And then she plays victim once they respond. So we all know that Ronda Rousey was on top of her game. Once Ronda Rousey lost, Laila Ali went on a celebratory tour laughing and celebrating the fact that Ronda Rousey had lost her first and only fight.
Me train her. It was like, train Ronda Rousey. I'm like, but I thought you thought she could beat me. What happened?
So would you do that?
You can't train somebody's chin to take a punch. But for the right amount of money, yeah, we could probably make.
What does Ronda Rousey need to work on?
Oh, where do I begin? You know what I mean? I think.
Hey, yo, so Claressa is kind of off so far. She said that Laila Ali went on a celebratory tour, right? This is what she just said. But the clip she's showing is media reporters catching Laila, that like they're literally showing Laila Ali what looks to me like at an airport. So TMZ knows Ronda Rousey lost to whoever she lost to at the time, be it Nunes or Holly Holm. And they caught Laila Ali, knew that their names were linked at the time, or knew Laila Ali had said that Ronda Rousey can't beat me. So now that she lost to somebody else, they followed up with her. I'm not understanding the point at all. Laila Ali how is that a tour when it's the media who's instigating and doing the follow-up questions? Laila Ali literally has a boarding pass in her hand. And I'll show you because I'm not going to play that. She literally is at the airport. I see Muff with luggage in the back, and she got a flight number, a gate number, and a boarding pass, right? And Claressa is like making it like she went on some kind of tour to slander Ronda Rousey. She's a celebrity boxer, the daughter of a boxing's biggest legend, Muhammad Ali, right? And TMZ or whoever, they're asking her, what do you think about Ronda Rousey getting clipped? I don't see any harm in answering the question.
We need to understand that in order to be the best in the world.
And she said you can't train a chin. That's facts.
You definitely don't ever get beat up like that in your prime, period.
What is she saying that's bad? She said you can't train a chin. Facts. Ask Amir Khan. Amir Khan, if Amir Khan had Hagler's chin, he'd be like almost impossible to beat. Because he got length, speed, some respectable power, whatever. So I agree with Laila. You can't train somebody's chin. Some people are born with better chins, right? Then she says, if you're supposed to be the GOAT, you don't get beat up like that in your prime. That's also facts. Like, if you are who they say you are, you don't typically get like bodied. Like, she got slaughtered by both Holly Holm, and then when she came back and fought Nunes, they both slaughtered her in non-competitive fights in her prime. And the media at the time, see, I was here. I lived it. The media was saying that Ronda Rousey literally could beat Floyd Mayweather in boxing, not in like some armbar. And you know what I mean? See, y'all got me breaking stuff here. Not in the UFC rules or like judo. The media was saying Ronda Rousey would beat Floyd in boxing. So there's that. So you got to know what was going on at the time. I don't know exactly how old Claressa Shields was back when these conversations. Ring Magazine, which was owned by Golden Boy at the time, literally put Ronda Rousey on the cover, and it said, she conquered MMA. Will she conquer boxing next? Huh? So you got to understand the hype train that was Ronda Rousey at the time. So far, I don't hear nothing that I disagree with from Laila Ali, and you're posting this trying to make her look bad.
No, it was pretty bad.
I remember you said the best in the world don't get beat. You still feel that way?
No. I said that.
Yeah, I thought in reference to Ronda Rousey,
you don't get beat the way she got beat. To just get 100% taken advantage of in the ring and just look like a little rag doll in the ring, that would never happen.
Now, this is the thing that people want to overlook. She's supposed to be so classy and supposed to be so, above everything. But look at these interviews here where she's clearly laughing at Ronda, discrediting Ronda.
I don't think, did she laugh? I mean, chat, let me know in the comment section. I just watched the clips and listened to them. I didn't really hear her laugh. She's like, you don't get beat like that. Not in your prime. She did. What are you talking about? Laughing and went on tour? Hey, yo.
Talking about how you can't be a great and lose that bad in your prime. She just taking a dump all over her, and Ronda Rousey was really that girl. So.
Hey, Claressa low-key could have left this in the camera roll, bro. I'm not even being funny. Like, I don't even understand the point. Like, first of all, your receipts and lies are supposed to be about mano y mano, woman to woman, how Laila Ali is jealous and envious of you, but you're bringing up Ronda Rousey. The street, first of all, let's just be real. The streets don't really care about Ronda Rousey. She was arrogant. She was refusing to do interviews after she lost. She called Holly Holm a fake preacher's daughter B. Like, ain't nobody worried about Ronda Rousey for real. So I don't even understand this angle. What does this got to do with Laila Ali? Because you bringing up something that she said to another female. And you're like, Ronda Rousey was good and she taking a dump on her and went on tour. I'm not seeing it the same. I'm not seeing it the same at all. And I mean, for real, let's be real. You said that Ronda Rousey losing caused Laila Ali to take a dump on her, but then Gervonta Davis got a draw with Lamont Roach and had the knee stuff, and you have a pre-existing beef with Tank, and you're like, man, Tank is a scary dude. You literally said that on Gillian Wallow's show. So Tank is coming off a draw, and now you're saying he's scary. He's undefeated, and now he's a scary fighter, and Shakur beats him and all this type of stuff. Off of a draw in your own sport. In your own sport, you said this about Gervonta Davis, but then somehow you're like defending Ronda Rousey and I don't know, bringing up Laila Ali, whatever she said about her. I'm not understanding this.
I don't know if you guys know, but up in boxing, it takes a lot to get inside the ring. It takes
But Ronda Rousey didn't lose in boxing, so what are you talking about?
a lot to prepare for a fight. And we all have a camaraderie where... Camaraderie? Hey, man, they didn't, this ain't as detailed as Laila Ali. I'm gonna try to get through this, bro. We're not even halfway there. She said in boxing, it takes a lot to get in boxing. But then you're talking about Ronda Rousey. Huh? Like Ronda Rousey wasn't a boxer, so what are we talking about? We don't laugh at each other when we fail, someone loses a fight.
It wasn't a boxer,
We don't
though.
kick each other when we're down. We have a good sportsmanship, and if there is any competitive spirit, it's not in a disrespectful way. The way that Laila Ali celebrated Ronda Rousey's loss was disgraceful, and it showed that she has no integrity and that she doesn't even understand how serious the sport of combat sports is.
I am so lost. So you like Devin Haney. Every time Dillian White made bad comments about Devin, when Dillian White lost and got knocked out by Atuma, he made fun of him. If Shakur, if he sees Tank have a draw with Lamont Roach, he makes fun of it. If Ryan Garcia lost to Rolly, Shakur, who's your little brother, Shakur was right there and he was like, aha, Ryan, you suck. You let Rolly beat you, blah, blah, blah. And so on and so forth. When I think it was Tim Tszyu lost, Terrence Crawford was like, see, well, this is what happens. Should have fought me, right? When Charlo lost to Canelo, Crawford was like, aha, you a little cub and blah, blah, blah. So Claressa surrounds herself with individuals who are boxers, and now she's like saying it like boxing is a brotherhood, right? Boxing is a brotherhood, and you're not supposed to make fun of somebody when they fall, but your whole clique, I just gave examples, and I'm sure there's a lot more. They made fun of people when they lost or when they failed, when they came up short. But now you're trashing Laila Ali for doing it to an MMA fighter who her name was attached to. And like I mentioned earlier, when Tank had a draw with Lamont Roach, everybody had their say, including Claressa.
So I'm playing these clips so you guys know it's not just me that Laila Ali hates on. She hates on any woman in combat sports who starts getting more notoriety than her.
That's not true. In Laila's video, Laila Ali showed that she has a great relationship with almost every female. And it was a montage of her with Amanda Serrano, Katie Taylor, Holly Holm, right? Michaela Mayer, all these people. Alicia Baumgartner, who Claressa has openly beef with. and talk bad about, right? So you're throwing this on Laila Ali saying she hates on everybody. Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor in Laila Ali's video, in the video, she shows pictures giving them love and blah, 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 and they're on good terms. Alicia Baumgardner just signed with Jake Paul. So all these chicks got with MVP, and one was on the Mike Tyson, Jake Paul fight, and they did mega millions of views. Then they did a main event, Katie Taylor and Serrano 3, and did mega views. Amanda Serrano running around like, I got millions after signing with Jake Paul. Alicia Baumgardner is probably being taken care of. So your whole premise now is that she hates on everybody with motion, but she's already addressed that in her video, and there's multiple people with motion, and she was showing them love. So these receipts ain't adding up. I don't know.
Was disgraceful, and it showed that she has no.
It said it was disgraceful, and she showed she has
integrity, and that she doesn't even understand how serious the sport of combat sports is. So
how does she not understand the severity of combat sports when she fought in it and her dad fought in it? I don't even make, like, come on. We show mad love to Claressa, but we got to keep it real when it's real. She's saying she don't understand how intense the sport is, but she grew up in it. Her dad was probably the biggest, most recognizable boxer ever, and then she had a fight career too. So I don't see how you could put that jacket on her.
I'm playing these clips so you guys know it's not just me that Laila Ali hates on. She hates on any woman in combat sports who starts getting more notoriety than her. In Laila Ali video, she said that I had become a disappointment.
See, and the other thing is, I'm just keeping it real. It's looking like projection, because Claressa Shields done beef with Chris Cyborg. She done beef with Laila Ali. She done beef with almost like Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor. And when they were fighting, you know, saying like little things. She said recently she'll fight Michaela Mayer, and I thought they were friends. She beef with someone else I know. I'm not going to say their name right now, but someone else I know is a female boxer, right? She didn't beef with Shadaysha Green, but then you saying Laila Ali hates on everybody and beefs with everything. So what constitutes hate when Laila Ali, she not really having all these problems with female boxers? You have more female fighter beefs and male fighter beefs than we know Laila to have.
In a bad representation of our sport and culture. When Colin Kaepernick started to kneel to protest racial injustice and
what does Kaepernick have to do with this?
Police brutality, it was a chain reaction. The world was tired of seeing unarmed black men being gunned down and killed by the police. Everybody came together to fight and stand united under one slogan: Black Lives Matter. Instead of joining the fight, this is what Laila Ali had to say. Play the clip.
You're black, but we as black people are not calling the shots. We're not in charge. You have to fit in. You have to conform to a certain extent, but still try to be true to yourself. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like with me, for example, I don't a lot of times just post that I like, that I might see that are very pro-black, but I won't post it on my Facebook page because I have fans from all races, from all around the world, and I don't ever like to make people feel separate. You know, and sometimes they do, like when you just be like, Black Power, I love my, you know, so it's like, you know, I think it's time to like, I like the all lives matter, or all lives matter, you know, and that's kind of what my focus is, but it's hard, you know, because, you know, you got sponsors, and you got this, and you got that, and you don't want to step on anybody's toes.
You said you don't want to speak out because you don't want to lose sponsorships, and you don't want to upset your different fans.
But here's the thing, Floyd Mayweather said that all lives matter, blue lives matter too. If we go in there, and when the somebody like Gucci or somebody had race related like merchandise or whatever, and Floyd's like, I'm still shopping there. But Yeah, so this is not a
Father,
great point.
Muhammad Ali, used his platform to stand up against oppression. To me, it doesn't seem like you're proud to be who you are or to be the daughter of the great Muhammad Ali. For those saying that Laila Ali YouTube hate documentary that she did was classy, that wasn't classy. That was mean girl energy. She was being nice, nasty. She's always wanted to hate on me out loud, and now she's doing it proud and with her chest out to promote a YouTube channel. Now, in Laila Ali hate documentary, she says that her dad will never want his name tied to mine, and that he did not like the fact that I called myself GWOAT. Well, lie detector test tells us that that was a lie. Play the clip.
Call yourself the GWOAT, that's fine. It's flattering. You look up to my father. We both thought that was cute. That was sweet.
5 minutes later.
My father would not want to share his name or image with her. She does not represent anything about him in the ring or outside.
The champ is here!
I'm just being real. These are not strong points. And I don't want no copyright. But that's not a strong point because you play one clip of Laila Ali saying the GWOAT, we both thought it was cool. And then after, when she started taking shots at you more or the beef became public, then she recently said her father wouldn't want to be associated with you. So she said in her, as you call it, hate documentary, she was showing you love until the mask slipped and she found out more about what you was about. So that you didn't really catch her up, because there's a lot of people where, like, women do this all the time in relationships. They date a guy under the pretense that he's the guy that he's advertising, and then they get in a relationship with him and find out he's controlling, he got this, he got a temper. But during the honeymoon phase, none of this was apparent, so they didn't know. Had they known that the guy was crazy, then I'm sure they would have made a different choice. So things are subject to change over time when people like kind of show their true color. So I'm not understanding a lot of these points.
When she asked me to spar.
Now, you know that was a flat out lie. We know that if that were true, she would have said it years ago when it first was mentioned that she wouldn't spar me. There is absolutely no way she would have passed up the chance to tell everyone that she called my bluff and I backed down.
Here is a clip of her telling the same story that I told when she asked me to spar.
You got that from your daddy?
Claressa sparring. When I talked to her, yeah, she reached out to me when she first won the Olympics, and we talked, and I gave her some advice, and I said, hey, you ever want to spar? And she's like, you want to spar me? I was like, calm down.
I found that when she asked me to spar, I said, you want to spar me? The lie detector shows that that also was a lie. We're going to keep playing these clips. So now that we both see
what clip? What?
How the story of us sparring happened, if it is still on the table, if the offer is still on the table, we can still spar, because we all know that you're not ever going to get inside the ring and fight against me.
Hey, I'm being so honest in this video, bro. This is like disappointing. This is disappointing. It reminds me of rap. I told you I'll treat this like a battle rap. Very disappointing in the sense that Laila Ali dropped her video. I immediately did my video reacting to it. So I know it was at least a week or two old because I remember when I did the work. You had all this time to like come with heat and a dope rebuttal. Like imagine Drake and Kendrick beef. Kendrick disses Drake and then Drake don't respond for 3-4 weeks. I mean, you had like a month to prepare some fire and come with your hottest bars. People don't want to hear mid or less than. You know what I mean? The whole format that you have selected for this video is a blatant ripoff of Laila Ali's video, which you call a hate documentary. But it is very apparent in the filming, from the framing to the style. Laila Ali was like, oh, remember I brought Claressa on my show when I had a TV show, wrote a clip, and she played the clip. Claressa's doing the same exact format that Laila Ali used. Nothing different, nothing innovative. Like, if you want to separate yourself from the hate documentary, you could at least mixed it up and maybe presented it in your own way. Maybe do it while like different scenes, or while you're driving a car, or full body, or in the gym sparring. You did it the same way. She dressed up and looked like nice and had the hair did. You dressed up. She frames it like this. You frame it like this. She puts the clip in black and white and then kept rolling to clips to prove her point. Then you did it. She put, I got the receipts in the title. You put, you showing receipts in the title. But hers was far more effective. I just got to be real.
Nobody thinks that Laila Ali can beat me in the fight. She doesn't think that.
And here's the other thing. Now, Claressa, we got to be real. Y'all don't like to be real, but this is my blood. Claressa said that, what are we sparring for? Laila showed it in her video. She was like, if it ain't about no money, then I'm not sparring. I like, where the paycheck at, so to speak. But then now she's double backing, and Claressa is saying, oh, we can spar right now. I thought you said you didn't want to spar because it ain't about money. Also, if she tried to spar you out the Olympics, how long ago was that? You've been a pro for a minute. So she wanted to spar you when she was late 30s, 40s. Now she, whatever, I don't know her exact age, but now 8, 10, 12 years later, now you want to spar? So that also is not a hard hitting point. I'm just being real, bro.
And neither does our peers. Play the clips.
Claressa Shields. I don't think there's really any question that she's the best women's boxer today.
Of all time.
All time. You putting over Laila Ali?
All time, and I love Laila.
Wolf?
All time.
Coal miner's daughter?
All time.
And she's the best fighter fucking in the world, bro.
Yeah,
There's nobody better than Claressa as a woman, bro. I don't give a fuck who you name. Nobody is coming close to her. Yeah, 2 Olympic gold medals, bro. So if that's the case, if this girl was a man,
if she was a man,
bro, you know how much support niggas will have of her. Like, the whole boxing world to have crazy support because she'll be Floyd Mayweather, bro.
There's no comparison.
Damn.
At all time. I love Laila too.
Yeah.
But ain't nobody coming close to Claressa.
Right.
2-time.
See, now, okay, so now she's showing clips of Shakur and Terrence Crawford saying that she's the best ever. Those are your friends. You support Crawford's events. He support your events. Shakur's your little brother. Y'all both had the Olympic journey thing. So, like, what does this really prove? Like, I'm sure you could commit a crime and or cheat on your girl or something, and then call a homie to vouch, oh, Tony wasn't at your house playing PS5. Even if it's not true. You know what I'm saying? So you getting somebody who's going to be inherently biased to you, I don't understand what this is proving. Because Crawford is also a person very accomplished. He's 3X undisputed. She did the undisputed thing. So he's going to prioritize that. Different eras as well. Laila Ali, she wasn't coming up in an era where there was like even a ton of money for female fighters. So yeah, Claressa came in at a time where it's more accepting. You know what I mean? Like, you see it in Hollywood. In the 80s and 90s, you didn't see movies with all female cast as much. Like how they flipped Men in Black and put women in it. How they had Ghostbusters and they put an all female cast. Or there's shows now with like LGBTQ or whatever. I'm not sure with all my acronyms and pronouns and all that, but the Pride shows, you didn't really see that in the 80s like that. So it's like we're in different times. That's the point I'm making. So I'm gonna skip past this because this is just people that she's openly supported, that have openly supported her, saying she's the best. I don't really see how that proves a point.
Olympic gold medal?
Yes.
$3 million check in her video.
Yes. Oh, I'm done, bro. She got Muhammad Ali grandson or whatever, Nico Ali. I'm done, bro. She's showing clips of Nico Ali. Like, what are we doing? And he's cool with Crawford and that whole regime too. So like, why would he? I don't know. I don't see what that proves. Skip.
Stepmom said that I'd kick your ass.
I'm Khalil Ali. I'm Muhammad Ali's wife. I just gave you a picture.
She said,
Muhammad Ali's wife. I'm done. She got Tim Bradley, Muhammad Ali wife, all saying she's like goated. What is this? I gotta skip all that.
Okay. We're not even in the same weight class. I know that she walked around heavier, but that would not happen. And not simply because
people want to know what would it take?
It's absolutely possible. Absolutely,
So now it's a
especially that
matter of-
mouth.
So now it's a matter
Especially
of
that mouth.
If that
Because
mouth
when it's
raises
personal,
the purse high enough.
When it's personal, that starts a fire, right? And when the money's right and it makes sense, then why not?
In 2020, when I was dominating all these weight classes, Laila pulled this exact same stunt. Now we're in 2025 and I'm more viral than I could ever even be happy about being viral. And now here she is doing it again, trying to tie her name to mine for relevance. When asked about fighting me in 2025, this is what Laila Ali said.
Claressa Shields, there's rumors that you're gonna come back and fight her. What? Everybody's talking about it, or in the boxing circle.
The rumor that I heard was that I said that unless somebody had 15, 20 million, don't even call me about this. That's all.
Turkey has that money. Turkey's gonna set this up. I know it.
Unless somebody calls me and says they have it, we're not even gonna have a conversation. I'm not trying.
Listen, the spices aren't selling and her TV shows are doing very bad. I was trying to put some money in her pocket. Spices aren't selling, came together, and we had 15 million in
Let somebody think about it.
win records. All of us came together and we had 15 million in escrow for Laila to have a fight against me. Listen, the spices aren't selling and her TV shows are doing very bad.
Come on. Like, that's just in poor taste. How you know under the hood of somebody else's business model? Laila Ali has a cooking and spice catalog or whatever. She sells her own spices. She says she doing bad. I got 15 mil in escrow. How you know her finances though? See, when people overdo it and like overplay it, it really makes me question how much of it is even truthful, because like I get trolls and they be like, oh, Ego's broke, Ego this, and Ego live with his mom, and Ego how do you know? Based on me providing boxing dialogue and content, I never talk about my personal life really. So how would you know anything about my financial situation, hardship, wealth, anything in between? How would you know about that? So for Claressa to be like, the spices aren't selling, how you know her business model?
I was trying to put some money in her pocket and help her defend her legacy. I got great news for you. We got the 15 million. But instead of her being happy about that, she got angry. And then, as we have to go on this hate documentary, you're gonna show a clip of me getting dropped in a fight that I won unanimously? I have won every fight, unanimous decision or by knockout. Laila, you won a fight majority decision, and it's even one that should have been a split versus Jackie Frazier. She said I'm a bad representation of our culture. Let's clear that up. I've never been in jail. You can't find a mugshot of me. I've never tested positive for PEDs or anything. So therefore, how can I be a bad representation of the sport? You know who is a bad representation? Alicia Baumgartner, who she has pictures with. So my message to all the young girls and young...
This is getting catty and not like informative. Okay. Earlier in the video, you pushed the line that she does not celebrate other women. She hates on all of them. Alicia Baumgartner just signed with Jake Paul and is about to fight in 3 weeks. And then you're like, I never failed a drug test. I never been arrested. I mean, is being a good representation of the culture those two things only? Like, I don't even understand that mind frame. Oh, I never been to jail. Okay. I mean, you're not supposed to go to jail for real, for real. I don't have a mugshot. You know, I never failed a PED test. But you know who has? And then Alicia Baumgartner catches a stray, which was weird. And then you're like, you have pictures with her. I mean, come on. Like honestly, is that a hard-hitting point to y'all? Like, for example, there's plenty of people like Gerald Big Baby Miller done failed 2 drug tests. And I see pictures with him and Floyd Mayweather, him and this fighter, him and the other heavyweight, him and this person. There literally was a video recently of Gerald Big Baby Miller, who failed and popped dirty, we all know, and him and Terrence Crawford were like wrestling. So what is being pictured with somebody? What does that really do? Like, that's what I'm saying. These weren't like well meticulous thought out points. Terrence Crawford really wrestling with a person who failed multiple drug tests. And that's just one example. Ryan Garcia, he'd been on shows, and Devin Haney literally just did a face-off with Ryan Garcia after Ryan Garcia cheated him. And he was suspended. It was recent. I'm talking about this year. So it's like, what are we talking about?
Young boys coming up, never let the people that came before you try to discourage you, put fear into you, and make you not want to chase your dreams.
Story time. Laila, bad businesswoman, being the bigger. Hey, I'm done, bro. This is not what I thought it was gonna be or hoping it would be. She's showing like random tweets from, I don't even know who these people are. And it says that Laila's bad. Like, I'm done. So yeah, for me, Laila Ali takes it. I think her video was definitely more well put together, and she relied on the facts. Like, it's like a court case. When people start talking, oh, da-da-da-da, and this and that, and then they start getting like going off on the that hurts your case a bit. And I felt like Claressa did that a lot, right? It's similar to what I said in the Laila video, where Claressa said, and Wolf would have knocked out Miss Oh So Pretty Laila Ali. Oh So Pretty. Like, why did you even add that into it? Like, what does that have to do with it? So I told you I was going to keep it a bean, keep it a stack, and give you my honest impressions and opinion. This to me was not brolic. They could have approached it a different way. It says expose lies. What name a lie you exposed? With receipts. That's what the title of the video is. Jealousy and envy and greatness. You showed a bunch of clips of Crawford and your friends saying you the best ever. So she jealous because your buddies personally give you, in a hypothetical, because y'all haven't fought. So in a hypothetical matchup, they think you are the best ever. A lot of these points did not land for me. That's just my honest opinion. And I really expected more, to be honest. I expected more. I thought Laila's video was entertaining, and the way she paced it, and the way she handled it was just better. Like Claressa was punching in and punching out, take after take. And then she was kind of getting carried away. Some of the points, to recap, for me, didn't really land or make sense. Like Ronda Rousey, that whole segment could have gone. Because what does Ronda Rousey, what does she truly have to do with any of this? Right? What does Ronda Rousey have to do with any of this nonsense? And actually, speaking of, Claressa Shields, now that I think about it, there was a point in time where Claressa says she will fight Ronda Rousey. That's a fact, because my homie did it. My homie Hustle Boss. Shout out to Hustle Boss. Right? Let me get the headphones again. I just thought about it. See, my memory is too elite. This is why people can't play. They can't play with me.
Diagnosed with...
Oh, they would show that commercial. Hold on. This why people can't. You know what I mean? My memory's too crazy. Shout out to Hustle Boss. Look.
Well, I know Claressa that you've been paying attention to Ronda Rousey. You know, she's calling out Floyd Mayweather. Everybody's talking about her and everything she's saying. What are your thoughts on everything? And I heard you might want to meet up with her.
Oh yeah, of course.
What do you think?
Fight that can happen.
Oh, say that again.
It's a fight that can happen.
Fight that can happen.
Got you. Personally, what's your thoughts on Ronda Rousey as a fighter, and are you surprised that she's calling out Floyd like she is?
I mean, I don't know why she's calling out Floyd. The fight is impossible. Ronda Rousey is, she's a great MMA fighter, but I'm the best fighter for women's boxing. Period.
Got you.
So, I just cooked. I can't be beat. Oh my gosh. I just showed you a clip from 10 years ago. I don't know if Claressa forgot about that. From my dude, Hustle Boss, shout out to Chris. And he interviewed her, right? He interviewed her and she said, I can't be beat. I'm the greatest woman. She good for MMA, but that fight can happen. I'll beat her. Da 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 da. So what, and that's the first 30 seconds of this interview. So what's the difference from what Laila Ali was talking about when she says no female can beat me, including Ronda Rousey? You said the same thing. And then now that I think about it, Claressa Shields, she did interviews with Ariel Helwani and others talking about, yeah. Claressa Shields last year claims she destroyed Chris Cyborg in sparring. First of all, I kicked Chris Cyborg's butt very bad, right? So you were also beefing with her, right? Claressa Shields fires off Laila Ali, Christina Cyborg. So you done beef with Chris Cyborg, talked about fighting her. But why is it hate when Laila Ali, her name was at the time maybe pitted against Ronda Rousey, and she like, Ronda Rousey could get it. You know what I mean? And then TMZ, after she lost Rousey, when Ronda Rousey lost, they followed up with her, asking her more questions about what she thinks about the loss. But if Chris Cyborg lost in a boxing match and people ask you, you would probably laugh and do all the stuff that you're saying Laila Ali is not classy for. So you said you would fight Ronda Rousey. So why is it a problem when it's done by somebody else? So that's what I'm saying. People get mad because they want to play sides. I don't play the whole sides game, right? I'm showing you proof. I'm showing more receipts than the Claressa Shields video, right? Look, Claressa is sick of hearing about Ronda Rousey, right? It says Claressa is sick about hearing about Ronda Rousey. Boom. November 2015. Claressa Shields Let me raise it up. Sick of hearing about Ronda Rousey. So when Laila, her name was being linked to Rousey or whatever was going on, right? Why was it a different situation then? Why was it a problem? But then you could say stuff about Ronda Rousey, but Laila Ali can't? I don't know, man. It's not making sense. That's my time. We are Unpacked. Let me know what you think. I really expected more from Claressa Shields. I thought she was going to come with some heat. She's a great fighter, talented woman, but I feel like it didn't land. You didn't prove without a shadow of a doubt a lot of the claims you were saying. You're saying she's jealous and envious, but you didn't really prove it. Let me know what you all think. We Unpacked. Live streaming can be tough, which is why I use StreamYard. Click the link in the description for StreamYard, which is an awesome tool that enables you to set up your stream with ease of use. Get great results with live streaming. It's what I use. Stream to social media with ease with StreamYard. Live streaming is here to stay. Engage with your audience using StreamYard. Great way to reach out to your audience and connect. So you need a tool that can do that. If you're new to YouTube and you're struggling to get views, one tool I can provide to you is TubeBuddy. I've been on YouTube over 10 years. I use TubeBuddy daily to crank out videos just like this one that you're watching. Learn how the pros do it with TubeBuddy. YouTube receives a lot of traffic, which also means a lot of creators, a lot of people putting out content. So you need to learn the ropes so you know how to separate yourself, especially if you're new, but even if you're a pro, use TubeBuddy. The link is in the description. Get more views, more subscribers, and a higher click-through rate, so ultimately you can realize all of your online goals. Use my affiliate link in the description and grow your channel fast.